I thought I had some XF2, I think it is, white, Tamiya white, and apparently I've run out. So I'll have to use the Vallejo stuff instead. Still got X20A in the cup, and again we're going to do quite a slimy runny mix. So it's not a half and half anymore, it's more like... I think I need new batteries. So it's more like a 70-30 mix. 70. I hate it when people say that. It's a 70-30 mix, but they don't tell you which way around it is. So it's 70 thinners, 30 paint, roughly. It's not exact. Don't quote me on it. It's just really, really runny white. And I'll give that a test on the paper. Oh, card even. So you're going to get thinner first, and then your paint coming through. You can see there we've got spiders as it runs off, so we need a little bit more paint. I don't know. Probably can cut back on. Quick blowback, see what it does. It's a bit better, I can live with that. And we're just going to do the reverse now of what we did earlier with the rubber black. Just clean the needle a bit. We're literally going to ghost on a highlight right across there. Very gently build up. So it's just a tiny little highlight, just to lighten up the primer base that we've already got on there. If you do get a spider like that, don't worry. Don't worry. Cut straight to where. See if you can move it around a bit. So we can always buff that out as well with the buffing stick that we have. Oh. Don't straight away go running off with a cloth or anything like that to start wiping it, because you'll make it worse. Just let it do its thing, let it dry for a bit. Now we'll basically go around and pick out highlights. Keep a check on the end of your needle as well, so you don't get splots everywhere. Splot. Bums, you're making me look silly now. I can manage that on my own, thank you. back to the spray booth. That's almost camouflaged. That's quite cool. Back to the spray booth, and what we'll do now is I'll bring the airbrush back in. For a start, what we're going to do now is really thin coats of brown. Now I'm going to be using Tamiya's XF9 Hull Red. So it's kind of like a reddy brown, and I'm hoping it's going to look okay. So we're going to go in again with quite a lot of thinners. So we're going to have quite a wet mix again. So it's going to be roughly 70% thinner to 30 paint. So it's quite a runny little mixture. And we need it runny so that we can ghost on like we did earlier with this. It's kind of the same effect, we're just ghosting on the layers very gently, so it's not a great big wallop straight away. Let's get that a bit of a stir as well. It's just up for a while, it's all settled. I'm just going to go in with a cocking tail stick and give everything a mix. I'll be with you shortly. So I'll do a quick demo and a quick talk through. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me with the noises in the background with the compressors and stuff. So it's a little bit wetter, like I say, than a little bit more it's not opaque, the other one a bit clearer. Words are failing me again. I think I need cookies. Do I need cookies? Yeah, I know, not cheesecake. Cookies. There we go. So we just see there off the side of the cup, it's not quite thin enough. It's not quite, so we're just going to add a tiny little bit more thinner to that. Literally a few drops, just to get it a little bit runnier. That's more like it. And we're literally going to mist this on very gently. So as you get the flow going, just make sure everything's okay. Seems to be lovely. Oops. Okay, so we'll go on the inside first, just to fill that in. I'll get some of these interior panels we've seen as well. And then, very gently, from quite a distance, you know, we're not close up like we normally are, just going very gently. Very gently add that on, and you can see now there's a subtle shadow forming as we go along. I can't find out it worked. It's one of those that's either really breathtakingly brilliant when you do it, or you sit back and go, oh my god, that looks like shit. It's the same again, you just ghost it on. We're not waiting, you know, we're not trying to cover everything in one go. He says try to cover everything in one go. So it's getting a bit smoky now because I'm using thin down paint and it's blowing back at me, so I'm going to stick this on and do the rest in time lapse. I'm quite pleased with that. I am really pleased with that. There we go. So we've now got the very subtle shadowing effect that we were after. I do like that. So we'll leave that for another couple of hours to dry off and do its thing, and then we'll come back with a gloss varnish just to seal all that in, ready for the gunk washing. Okie doke, so we're moving back into the gloss varnishing stage, which we'll be doing with this stuff now. Sure, pretty sure I mentioned it during the Scout Trooper build itself. Do not go looking for that bottle. That's the old bottle. People will charge you silly amounts of money for that bottle. Go get the new stuff, which is exactly the same as this stuff, only newer. Oh, the amount of questions I get asked about this stuff is ridiculous. It's not ridiculous, but I do get a silly amount of questions about it. Where did you get it from? Well, eBay, 8 years ago. You won't find it. If you do, they'll charge you a silly amount of money for it. So we'll do several really light coats of this stuff. Where's that gone? Don't try and cover everything in one go, same as the paint, because otherwise you'll start gumming up detail and have runs everywhere. There's a joke about that. I'm not going to do it. Yes I will. Dysentery, runs in the family. Stop it. I said it wrong anyway. That runs in the family, doesn't it? Dysentery. Stop. Also, when you come to do the varnishing stage, separate the big bit of the engine block, otherwise you'll glue it together, as I found with 3PO's head. And I come to do some work on that with LEDs. The head's completely gummed shut with Future, which is kind of cool. You don't want to see me doing this for half an hour slide, do you? Yeah, thought not. Ah, lovely. Lovely, 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 lovely. Alright then, that lot's ready for gunk wash, which I'll get to in a minute. But first, before I do, I'll show you this. Just off camera, the backpack was done with the khaki that we used. Was it khaki? Khaki brown, yep, that's the one. khaki brown that we used for the boot soles on the backpack. So there's going to be a little bit of tie-in with the trooper himself, and we'll gunk wash that as well, just to darken everything down and stop being that colour. So we're going to be using the aspect filter of the gunk wash more than anything for this piece. You'll see it when I get to it. So we'll do that one first. Right, loving gefahrten. Oh. I'm having issues with this lighting again. Oh, it's shocking. Does that help? Probably not. Shift you that way a little bit. It's kind of better. First world problems. Genius. Right then. We'll take these two end pieces because they've actually a mirror image of each other. And taking the absolutely awesome MiG 502 Abteilung Starship Filth stuff. Oh, cracky. I hope. And a little bit really does go a long way. And don't be scared. Like we said with the trooper and the other builds, just get it on. Don't faff about. And we'll cover everything. Just to make sure there's no hidden panels anywhere or anything like that. Get it on. Good generous dollop. I'll do that piece as well whilst we're at it. So you'll notice as well I've not painted these straps yet. We'll paint those separately, but we'll get the gunk wash in the buckles anyway, which will help with when we do come to paint it. We'll do that top section there as well. There we go. And then taking a square of old t-shirt. As you can see, it's well used, well loved. Just have a quick wipe. So now we've got shadows where they were none. Focus, 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 focus. Shadows where they were none. And we can work with the same technique we did with the Scout Troopers black uniform. I'm using a slightly darker colour. Using a darker brown or something like that, just to pick out a few shadows here and there. But we'll also lighten the original base colour, just to pick out the raised details. I'll cover that part towards the end. I'll just rub away at these pieces here. And if there's too much, just grab a cotton bud, moisten it with odorless turpentine. Trust me, odorless. If you use ordinary turpentine, you'll stink the house out and everybody will fall out with you, including the dog. There we go. Do a quick compare and contrast. So you can see now there's a definite shadow and there's a definition to everything we're doing. And it's also filtered the brown so it's not that god awful colour. Yeah, you've got to make the sound effects. It helps. Okay, so hopefully this time I'll not run out of space on my SD card. I'll be able to get all this properly. So I'll set myself up and I'll get everything ready and then we'll begin the time lapse. In 3, 2, 1. That's a bit shiny. If you ignore the shine and have a quick look at, especially here where the shadows are, if you're able to control your airbrush a little bit, be a little bit cleaner than I've been here because it was literally just thrown on because it's battle damaged and stuff like that. That's possibly a better example. How's that one? Go with that one. That subtle blending that we've got there with the black, you can actually use that for horses. And if you're able to get hold of, just for the technique and practicing and things like that, get hold of a 1/16 scale horse or something similar. I think Andrea Models do them. There's slightly small scale as well. There's the 1/16. Have I said that? 1/16 scale. Anyway, get hold of one of those and just paint a horse, which is something I'll do at some point, just to show the same technique does work. But that colour there, that Hull Red, would be absolutely perfect for a chestnut horse. Absolutely perfect. Now that I've finished boring you with that part, And there we have it. One gunk washed speedy bake. And all I've got to do now is let that dry for all the days. So I'll see you in about a week.